When times get really tough, if you don't know what you're doing, you're really going to lose everything. I learned very early in my investing careers, I better not invest in what I want. I better invest on what's happening in the world. Otherwise, I'll be broke, dead broke. Well, what's going to happen is this is going to continue. Some stocks in America are turning into a bubble. The bubble's going to come, then it's going to collapse. And you should be very worried. Well, it's interesting because these things always start where we're not looking. In 2007, Iceland went broke. And people said, Iceland, is that a country? They have a market? And then Ireland went broke, and then Bear Stearns went broke, and then, Lehman Brothers went broke. They spiral like that. Always happens where we're not looking. I don't know, it could be an American pension plan that goes broke, and many of them are broke, as you know. It could be some country we're not watching. It could be all sorts of things. It could be war, unlikely to be war, but it's going to be something. When you're watching Business Insider and you see, that's so interesting, I didn't know that company could go broke. It goes broke. Send me an email, okay, and then I'll start watching. We've had financial problems in America, let's use America, every 4 to 7 years since the beginning of the Republic. Well, it's been over 8 since the last one. This is the longest, or the second longest in recorded history, so it's coming. And the next time it comes, in 2008 we had a problem because of debt. The debt now, that debt was nothing compared to what's happening now. In 2008, the Chinese had a lot of money saved for a rainy day. It started raining, they started spending the money. Now even the Chinese have debt, and the debt is so much higher. The Federal Reserve, the central bank in America, the balance sheet is up over 5 times since 2008. It's going to be the worst in my lifetime too. Be worried. What's going to happen is they're going to raise interest rates some more. Then when things start going really bad, people are going to call and say, you must save me. This Western civilization is going to collapse. And the Fed, who's made up of bureaucrats and politicians, will say, well, we better do something. And so they will try, but it won't work. It'll cause some rallies, but it won't work this time. You're going to see governments fail. You're going to see countries fail this time around. Iceland failed last time. Other countries fail. You're going to see more of that. You're going to see parties disappear. You're going to see institutions that have been around for a long time. Lehman Brothers has been around over 150 years. Gone. Not even a memory for most people. Well, you're going to see a lot more of that next time around, whether it's museums or hospitals or universities or financial firms. I would remind you, Benjamin Franklin said in the middle of wars, a lot of wars when he was around, said anybody who would give up freedom for security is going to wind up with less security and less freedom.
Before we continue, help us by smashing that YouTube like button and subscribe now to this channel. This shows the algorithm that you value the information, and it helps us spread this message. Sharing is caring. Please like and subscribe now. Thank you. And now, let's continue.
But they always do that. It's always happened. Smart guys like Benjamin Franklin warn us, but we got people in Washington who are not as smart as Benjamin Franklin these days. Now, in America, we've had 3 central banks. The first 2 disappeared for a variety of reasons. The world can get along without a central bank. Now, the world without central banks has a problem, but the world with these central banks has a problem. So, yeah, we'd be better off without this central bank. This central bank now has $5 trillion of debt. I mean, assets. It's built its assets from $800 billion in 2008 to $5 trillion. That's trillion with a T. It's gone up 5 or 6 times in, 9 years? No, these guys they're setting us up for a horrible, horrible disaster. I told you it's going to be worse in my lifetime, largely because of the central bank in the U.S. and the others who have followed. What they should do, they're not going to resign, they're not going to abolish them. They should let interest rates, they should move out of the interest rate market. Their mandate was to have a sound currency, for that was their mandate for 60 years or something, and then they said, okay, and you must also have a good employment. So they have 2 mandates. Nowhere does their mandate say, and keep the stock market up, and keep the bond market up. Nowhere does it say that. And these guys, if they went back to their old mandate of a sound currency, then we'd all be better off. We should only invest in what they know. They shouldn't listen to me, because if you invest in what other people say, you don't know what you're doing, you know what they said, and you're probably going to wind up losing money. Just so stay with what you know, and if you find opportunities, invest. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm investing in Russia and China, Japan. These are markets that are down 50% from their all-time highs. The U.S. market's at its all-time high. Now, I know your parents taught you, buy low and sell high. Don't buy high and hope it goes higher. I'm looking at agriculture. Agriculture is extremely depressed. These are places that I'm looking at. But don't listen to me. Listen to what you know, because when times get really tough, if you don't know what you're doing, you're really going to lose everything. In my experience, I have learned that if you find something that's hated, that has a lot of value, and things are getting better, you probably will do fine. And that's why I'm investing in Russia.
What to do in such a situation? Inform yourself and keep your financial education strong. We from the Compact Group offer our loyal subscribers a free educational portal with first-hand monetary, financial, and economic knowledge. Enter our invite-only Insider Club by clicking the link below. You will get access to first-class information far earlier than the rest. We have prepared a special deal for all our members where you can access a giant pool of Robert Kiyosaki's financial wisdom for just $1. To find out more, simply click the link below and join our Insider Club absolutely free. But there is more you can and should do. Build up several streams of income. More and more people realize that they have to take their future in their own hands, but they don't know how and where to start. We from Compact offer our Insider Club members unique opportunities. Strengthen your financial muscle and get the edge. Click the link below. Become part of our free Insider Club. No financial obligations. But there's one important thing you have to know. You have to become active. So do it now. Become active and see you on the other side.